I wanted to show you an Android app which has two sets of radio buttons, one to choose a date and one to choose a time. And specifically, I want to show you how to pre-select a radio button and also how to clear all the radio buttons from a group. The code for this app can be found at the URL seen on the screen. Okay, so here's the AVD showing this app. We have a radio group here, which is allowing us to choose a day of the week. And we have another radio group allowing us to choose a time. And then we have a button that allows us to enter. And we're not really doing anything in the interface. We're just having a series of little toasts up here that we chose Tuesday and we chose 10 o'clock. And then I have a clear button, which is going to clear out all of the choices and empty out the radio buttons. Whereas when I started Monday and 8 o'clock, was sort of pre-selected, and I want to show how to do that as well. So let's start by looking at the layout. In code, look at the XML. It's a constraint layout. I have the radio group that was for the day. And it has, again, remember with a radio group, it's the radio group that is constrained, but you don't have to constrain the things within the radio group. It's a vertical layout within there. So everything will be just vertical one under the other without you having to constrain it. You can get the things in a radio group to go horizontally by changing its orientation, but I did want vertical, so I didn't, and that's the default. I have at the top of the radio group for day a text view serving as a label telling us that we're choosing a day of the week, and I did some font colors, some text colors, and some background colors. And then I have my radio buttons for Monday, Tuesday. And I gave Monday a tag and then I stopped, so I'm not using the tag. I can use the tag for behind the scenes things. So if I want to show the user all of Monday, but then just work with the code letter M when I'm done, I can use the tag for that. But then I didn't pursue this. So the only one with the tag is Monday and I didn't use it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I'm ending the group. So again, the radio group is a container, so it'll have an open radio group tag and a close radio group tag, but the radio buttons are singletons and they don't need constraints because they are vertical linear layout by default, the radio group. Here's my second radio group for the times of day. And again, the radio group is constrained, so you can see here the constraint, but then I have things within the radio group that are not constrained. And this is a text view, that's the label at the top. So that's this time of day here in black with white writing. And then I have the radio buttons underneath, and I'm just working with text, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and so on. Then I have a button for entering the data, and all I'm going to do is toast it out. But here's my button to say, okay, I've made my day and my time, and I've made my decision, now enter it. And then here is my code for clearing. Okay. There was nothing here in the radio buttons to say any one of them is pre-selected from either group. I'm going to do that over in Kotlin. Okay, so move over to the Kotlin. And here we go. I'm connecting the buttons to the interface and I'm connecting the radio groups to the interface in the standard find view by ID, cast the buttons as buttons, cast the radio groups as radio groups. Here's my click event, my listener and click event handler for the enter button. So I am grabbing the radio group for the day and finding its checked index and finding the radio group for the time and finding its checked index. And in the beginning, I haven't shown you yet, but I pre-selected them. So there won't be a problem in the beginning, but they might have cleared the box using the clear button. And then it's possible that one of the radio buttons is not selected. So I have here an if a radio button, if they had cleared and then not made a choice, then one of the radio buttons, one or the other, or both of the radio groups might not have a chosen selected radio button. And when that happens, you get a -1 for the radio button ID. So if the day gives you a -1, or if the time gives you a -1, then I'm toasting out. You have a problem that you didn't make some decision you're supposed to make. Otherwise, I'm finding specifically the radio button. From the radio, I got the ID of the radio button, and now I'm getting the radio button from that ID. Same thing for day, same thing for time. And then I'm going to toast out just the information. And I'm showing here a set of variations on this first argument of the make text method, which is a context. And so here I'm using this. Here I'm using application context. Here I'm using base context. I've also seen sort of like methods that get the context. So there are various things that can go here when it doesn't work. I've also seen lately a radio button, a toast problem where the toasts aren't appear and the code's all perfectly right. And then that can sometimes be fixed by looking at the tools, the AVD manager. Look at your AVD, and one of the actions is to wipe the data. And then, so there might have been some problem in the past in the AVD, and to clear it out and start anew can help that situation. Okay, here is that was the action for the enter button. Here's the action for the clearing button, and the radio group has a clear check method. So we don't need to loop through radio buttons or anything like that. It's just a method of the radio group. Radio day dot clear check, radio time, radio group time, RG time dot clear text. Here's my pre-selecting. I'm not here in an event method. I'm just in the on create, and I am finding for the radio group, I'm getting a child. I'm choosing index 1 here. The things within the radio group are assigned an index. Now remember that I had a text view that was the sort of the 0th, the first widget in the radio group. So I didn't want, and I want to pre-select the radio button. So I'm skipping over 0 and going to an index of 1, and that was Monday's checkbox. And then once I've established that radio button, I am using the set checked true to pre-select that button. So when I start up the app, Monday will be highlighted. And then I'm doing the same thing here for 8 o'clock. Although nobody likes Mondays at 8 o'clock, but there you have it. All right, thank you.